Hey guys, I know it's story time Sunday, but you are not getting a story this week because I feel like I have more important things to talk to you about. And I feel like I'm getting pink eye. It's like my eyes are driving me nuts. Anyway, so I want to talk to you about adoption because on Friday, another country came up as an option. Before I had actually was going to meet with an agency about this country, but my appointment date for consultation was actually the same day as my HSG ended up scheduled. So I ended up canceling the consultation. So I never went through with meeting with them. And at the time, the program wasn't, as far as I know, didn't have children with Down syndrome, wasn't really what I wanted. I didn't like their timelines and stuff like that. And now it's totally different story. Their timeline's roughly the same as Bulgaria. It's a little bit longer, but not that much longer. And I don't know, I hate it because I don't know how to explain it, but with Bulgaria, I had no pull to it. It was what country could I qualify for? I did a video on it and I'll try to post it up in the cards, but it was literally like, what country did I qualify for? And had lowest cost and highest or fastest process. That was basically how I decided on Bulgaria. Culture-wise, I knew a couple people that were Bulgarian, but really didn't care about the language, the culture, anything like that. I figured I would teach my daughter little things here and there, but it wouldn't have been like a huge culture thing for her. But mostly I felt that, like, with Bulgaria, the orphanages are so horrible that that's where I needed to adopt from. Well, so the program that I am now considering is India. So like I said, Friday on the Reese's Rainbow group, they had posted that there was a bunch of new children posted on the Reese's Rainbow website. You can't see pictures because that's how India is you can't see pictures at all unless you are actually requesting information about that child, and you have to be like actually in the process. So I haven't seen pictures, whereas with Bulgaria, you can't publicly post pictures, but places like Reese's Rainbow can. So I have seen pictures from Bulgaria, but I haven't seen any from India. But for some reason, once they said India and Down syndrome, like something just like clicked in my head. So I've been doing a lot of research. I had talked to another agency in the fall about Thailand, which I'm not interested in. I didn't like their program. But in that information package, they also had the information for India. So I went through that and pulled out some pricing and stuff like that. I'm hoping the other agency, because there's two agencies that I've looked into, and one's Worldview Adoption and the other one is Children's Bridge. Both are in Ontario. They would be the coordinating agencies. So Children's Bridge is the one that I had pricing information for, but they seem to have like weird charges for like everything. Like you have to pay a $50 membership fee just to get information. Like get a full breakdown on stuff. They also charge for consultations, which is totally normal. I paid for a consultation for Bulgaria in 2015. But they charge like a $1,200 a year fee just to keep your file. Like, I don't know. I felt that they had a lot of fees that were high. So it ended up to be about $2,000 or $3,000 more to do India than Bulgaria. But there's other things, such as India only requires one trip. So one trip of 2 weeks, whereas Bulgaria was one trip of about a week, and then a second trip about 10 to 14 days. So with India, even though the costs are higher, so they kind of like balance out the second trip costs, saving that. There's some other things like not taking time off work and not having to put tail end boarding again, and the flights to Ontario, because I would fly to Ontario to then fly to wherever. Stuff like that wouldn't be happening. Don't touch your eyes, Michele. So there's other costs that I feel like would balance it out. Bulgaria is around an 18-month process. India is about 18 to 24 months. However, Bulgaria is very, very structured. You have like your timeline, and the timeline is pretty much the same for everyone. There's little hiccups here and there, but things happen at a steady pace. India, I have seen 3 years, I have seen 1 year. I have heard that the times are now decreasing, especially for people adopting children with special needs. They're getting like expedited. So who knows? Who knows? I'm still waiting to hear back from Worldview. I'm going to hopefully meet with Worldview in July when I'm home briefly. I might do a phone consultation before that, but I like to meet them in person just because to get a feel for it. Children's Bridge, I don't think I'll consult with them because one, I don't want to spend money, and two, like I said, with their fees and stuff, I didn't like that I had to pay money just to get a detailed information. But the main thing is culture. Like, I don't know, just something clicked with India that I didn't have with Bulgaria. I don't know how to explain it. I just don't. With choosing to adopt a child with Down syndrome, I kept saying, I can't do it. And then fate, destiny, God, whatever you want to call it, threw me on a cruise ship with families with children with Down syndrome. And then after that was just like a domino effect of signs of this is what you need to do. With the Bulgaria versus India, it's like choosing the easier path. Bulgaria is definitely an easier, more straightforward, more, I don't know how to put it, structured program. Whereas India is, like I said, it could be faster, it could be slower. She will be coming home older. With Bulgaria, I would most likely be matched with a child under 2, and she would be home probably 2.5. With India, I'm most likely going to be matched with a child around 1.5 to 2, and then she comes home probably around 3. So she'll be older. She'll be probably able to do more things because with Bulgaria orphanages, from what I've seen, most can roll over, but a lot can't sit up. A lot are on formula. A lot are way behind from living in an institution. India, not as much, and China, not as much, but I'm not doing China. But where was I going with that? So I'm gonna have less of a baby, which is what I was like not sure about. And I don't know, it was just, it's a hard decision to make, but talking with family, talking with friends, listening to my heart over my brain is the hardest thing for me, because I am obsessive planner and also like plan everything, details, stuff like that. And my logical part is going, why would you do India when Bulgaria is probably going to be a little bit cheaper, and it's also probably going to be a little faster, and it's less chaotic because of the structure of everything. So like the logic part of my brain is saying that, whereas my heart is fighting it going, it's not right. India is calling you and you must go. So I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. Don't know how to explain it at all. But that's where I'm being drawn to right now. I'm waiting to hear back from, like I said, from Worldview, depending on what Worldview says, unless Worldview gives me horrible news, like, no, you can't have this happen, which I doubt, because everything that I've researched and whatnot says that I fit all the requirements. There are children with Down syndrome. They are young children with Down syndrome. I can specify gender. I will probably do a commitment over a blind referral. I was going to do a blind referral with Bulgaria because very few children end up on the waiting child list. So the difference is basically with a blind referral, you're put on a list, and when your name comes up, they pick a kid for you. With a commitment, you specify which child. So like on Mace's Rainbow, for instance, there's a couple on there right now that I would be like, hey, I'm interested in that child, and then commit to a specific child that you've picked. So I'm more likely to do that with India. But that again has to do, I have to talk with the agency and see. They might be like, no, just do a blind referral because it'll be faster. I don't know. We'll see. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, the biggest thing for me was like the children in Bulgaria, how they're treated. Like, it breaks my heart, and I felt so like guilty for wanting to go to another program where they might be treated a little better, because it's like these kids in Bulgaria need families, they need me. And then talking to a friend and saying, with India though, with her not being white and most families wanting white children, she has 2 strikes against her. One, she has Down syndrome, which is a strike, and the second strike is that she's not white. So she needs me too. And my friend was just like, they all need you. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna get them all then. But it's true. All these kids need families, and so I can't rescue them all, if that's makes sense. So yeah, so I don't know. I'm being very drawn to India. The culture, the language, well, Hindi, stuff like that. I've had some friends in the past that were from India. I don't know, my other main concern is that I don't know anyone that's adopted from India. With Bulgaria, there's a bunch of people on Instagram that I follow who have been through the Bulgarian process once or twice or multiple times. So I've been able to reach out to them and get thoughts and opinions and everything. Whereas with India, it's not as, I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody that's adopted from there, let alone adopted a child with Down syndrome from there. Whereas with Bulgaria, I know multiple people that have adopted children with Down syndrome from Bulgaria. So I just feel like I don't have that control over information right now. I'm basically waiting for the agency. I'm way out of my comfort zone, if that makes sense. Whereas with Bulgaria, I had so much information and so much comfort in knowing exactly what was going on. And I feel like India is going to push me way out of that comfort zone because of their unpredictable timelines and whatnot. I feel like it's just something that if the agency comes back and says that, okay, I'm going to have to take a huge leap of faith and hope that my personality adjusts along the way. But anyway, I'm just feeling a huge pull to India. I have no clue how to describe it. It's just something that I can't fight against. Like, as much as the logic part of me wants to be like, this is a stupid decision, my heart is dragging me along. So yeah, I don't know how else to describe things to you guys. If you guys know people who have adopted from India, please let me know. Feel free to give out my email, thechoiceofmotherhood@gmail.com, because I just need help. And they don't have to be Canadian. With Bulgaria, I knew Canadians that had adopted. With India, I just kind of want to know like the process and everything. Why does my life end up like this? But I'm super excited for what the future holds. I'm really excited about the program. I'm really excited about the Indian culture and whatnot. I'm excited to travel there, whereas Bulgaria was just like, okay, I gotta take 2 trips. Whereas India, I'm like, okay, we're there for 2 weeks. What can I possibly do while there? Stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I'm just really excited. And I'm rambling. And this probably made 0 sense. It was just me rambling about life. So anyway, so that's kind of my life right now. So don't forget to subscribe. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, advice, anything like that. Thanks for watching. Thank you for all your love and support. For those that if you donated specifically because I was adopting from Bulgaria, let me know and I will issue a refund. I have no issue with that because I understand some people like were donating because I was specifically adopting from Bulgaria. Once I know for sure what I'm doing, if you want a refund, I'm more than happy to give you a refund. I'm still adopting a little girl with Down syndrome. That is not changing. It's just where she's coming from is different. But yeah, my family's very supportive, so that wasn't an issue telling them about that. So yeah, so anyway, thanks for watching, and I shall see you guys later. Happy Mother's Day. Bye bye.